because I read
My
about
favorite
this
color
place
is
or
black.
what?
What about you?
Absolutely. The architecture in the old sector.
Are you Vincent Black? It's me, Dobromila. Please, you... No, you are too... I'm sorry. I have made a mistake. I'm waiting for someone.
I know about your meeting. And I'm as eager to find Vince as you are. Maybe we can help each other.
Who are you? What is it you think you know?
Vince and I work together. I know who he is. I know what he does. And I know there are people worried about him.
Is he in danger? Has something happened to him?
I don't know yet. That's what I'm trying to figure out. But I get the feeling he's not the only one who might be in danger. That was some shot in the dark. You had no way of knowing who I was, why I was here.
It wasn't a total shot in the dark. You're obviously not the Valley. Though I should have known right away that Vince Black wouldn't be augmented. I should be more discreet. We both should.
What kind of trouble are you in, exactly?
Vince wanted me to tell information about my husband's operation. Vlista runs a... It's something Vince was digging into. Come closer. Pretend you're kissing my neck.
Your husband runs a Diwali operation. I'm assuming there are people in here who know who he is. You don't think me kissing his wife might draw unwanted attention?
Flirting is one thing. They expect it. He cheats on me, I cheat on him. But his business is something else entirely. We must be discreet, darling. Please, I'll tell you whatever I can. Whatever you want. But not here. This isn't the time to ask questions. You understand, yes?
We should talk somewhere else.
I am leaving by train tonight. There is a secluded courtyard by the tracks. Shikashka. Go before me and I'll meet you there. I don't want anyone to see us walking out together.
You sure you'll be alright until then?
I've survived marriage to that man for this long. I think I can make it one more night. I'll be okay. I just need another drink to get my courage up and to loosen my tongue. We'll see each other soon. I promise.
Whiskey, am I right?
Larry, there?
What is it, Adam? Any word on what happened to Vince?
I just spoke to his contact. A woman he was supposed to meet to get info on some Diwali op. Problem is, he never showed up.
I have a really bad feeling about this. Do whatever you can, Adam, to pick up his trail. Let's hope he's all right.
Show me your permit.
working here all day.
I just came from the Udalek complex, Felice. Gollum City. Those people haven't been relocated. They've been detained. And they're running out of supplies, of space, of hope.
I told you, we cannot control how the government handles Utulek. I was not even permitted to recruit there. If I did, I'd fill my quota in 30 minutes.
Shipping everyone to Rabia doesn't mean things would go differently. Augs are being dehumanized. You don't fix that with eco-friendly architecture.
There are two problems with Utulek. A construction problem and an ideological one. Mr. Brown learned from past mistakes, and now we have checks and balances in place to screen out the undesirable elements.
Checks and balances? What I saw in Gollum City goes deeper than security screening.
Really? Then what do you think the problems are?
The real problem is a militarized police force who see the people they're supposed to protect as threats. There's no common ground, no oversight, no accountability.
Rabia will be policed by Santo's own security services. They are augmented like us, and since Rabia is a corporate state, they have a vested interest in the city. It is part of the new city vision.
Corporate security answers to the corporation. It's in the name. If the new city vision starts eating into Santo's bottom line, how long before they're pulled out?
Mr. Brown, Santo has invested too much into Rabia for it to fail. It has to succeed, not just for the augmented, but for the future.
I hope it pays off.
Like not a citizen here.
Go on.
Wrong fucking line, Ken.
What's this? What the hell? I am innocent. Keep moving.
Just a little faster. I want to make sure there wasn't trouble. I think it is safe for us to talk here. Finally, together we can make Vlasta pay.
Vlasta, your husband. What's this about exactly? You said you have information.
Smuggling. Weapons. Drugs. Whores. You name it, darling. All of it is heading east. I have the address of the locker where everything is stored. And I have the code to get in. You will see for yourself. And then you will do what you think is best.
You want me to shut down your husband's smuggling operation? Why?
I agreed to sell out my husband in exchange for a new life. Vince and I were still negotiating the details. You are looking for Vince, trying to pick up his trail. I guess I am negotiating with you now.
How did you know to trust Vince with all this? What made you believe he can help?
I didn't know. Not for sure. All I knew is that very few are willing to stand up to men like my husband. I had heard that Vince Black was one of those men. But when he didn't show up to our meeting, I don't know what to think of him anymore. I put my faith in you now.
Do you know of any other ways to contact Vince? Would you know anything that might explain why he didn't show up?
All I know is that Vince wanted information about my husband. And that my husband... Vlasta knew the name Vince Black. He cursed it often. I believe he feared Vince.
All this sneaking around, exposing your husband's criminal activities. How much danger do you think you're in?
I don't know. I was scared waiting inside that damn club. Paranoid. But I think the worst is over. I'll be out of Prague within the hour and he'll never see me again. Assuming you can pay, of course.
What else do I need to know about your husband?
Lesta is like all young Diwali. You cannot argue with them. You cannot intimidate them. You cannot appeal to their heart. All he cares about is delivering on time. And chasing after women who are not his wife.
Is that why you want to get back at him? Because of something he's done to you?
I have no illusions about who I married. I know he was ambitious, eager to please the wrong kinds of men. But I didn't think he would turn into this monster. I want him to test failure, to have to walk home with his tail between his legs.
If I get involved in this, there's a chance he might not walk home at all.
What you do with the information I sell you is up to you. All I care about now is starting over.
Alright, this information you have, how much do you want for it?
The price of a ticket to Berlin, with enough left over to start my new life. That is what Vince and I had agreed. They say Berlin is a good city for those wanting to be lost.
Here, the ticket's already been bought, open-ended. You leave when you want.
All right. Thank you. My husband owns a storage locker next to the Palisade Bank. The code is 2565. It is the centerpiece of his operation. I hope you find what you're looking for. You have the information you need to take down my husband's operation.
Delara, that Diwali op Vince was digging into? I've got the address of a smuggling locker he was looking for.
Huh, maybe he's still looking. Or maybe he found it some other way. This information, you came by it how exactly?
The informant Vince was supposed to meet. She agreed to work with me instead.
That doesn't surprise me. You're good at gaining people's trust, Adam. It's a rare skill.
Point is, I got a lead. I'll let you know what I find.
You looking at something?
She's just lying there. They should at least cover her up.
Sir, shouldn't we be arresting? You know who? By now?
John is not going anywhere. What's your hurry?
I was given the same orders you were, sir.
I know all about our orders. Do me a favor, eh? At least pretend to look for evidence.
You don't think he did it?
I do think he did it. But I also think we should at least try to prove it, if that's okay with you.
Anything you say, sir.
Daria says something, but apparently she doesn't talk to cops. It's not pretty, is it?
We can't let them get away with this. You have to tell us.
Excuse me. Please. Did they send you to protect me?
I give up.
Don't get me.
I recognize you. We're neighbors. I've seen you in our building. You're very difficult to miss. By chance, did someone send you to investigate?
No, no one sent me. What happened here?
It's horrible. An augmented woman was killed, just outside of where we live. She looks like she was my age.
Do you have any idea who she was?
No, I've never seen her before. It's so sad that nothing will be done about this. Org victims are not high on the list of police priorities. To them, it's like a dog lying in the street. You're not a cop, are you?
I was a cop once. Old habits die hard.
In America?
Yeah, Detroit. It was a long time ago.
I bet you have a lot of experience. You're used to this sort of thing.
What about you? What's your interest in all this? Morbid curiosity?
God, no. I want nothing more than to go home. Detective Montag, he's making me stay. He thinks I saw something.
Did you see something?
Maybe. I think I would rather not say, to be honest. Because if I had seen something, and if I started talking about it, wouldn't that put me in danger?
You might already be in danger. Killer might see you as a loose end.
What?
Might already be waiting to get you alone.
Please, stop!
The point I'm trying to make is, if you saw something, you should tell the police. The more you can remember, the better the odds of the killer getting caught.
I know. It's just that I don't trust the police. I would feel safer with someone like you. You have more reason to be invested in this than they do. You're augmented, like the victim was. And you look like you could actually protect me.
It's not my case.
But maybe you could help. Please, neighbor. Talk to Detective Montag. At least see how it's going. Make sure he doesn't think he's on vacation just because the victim is an aug.
I'll talk to the officer in charge and see where he is with the investigation. If I can help him, I will.
Thank you. Suppose I end up remembering something later. Is there a way for me to contact you?
You planning to run off on me already?
The first chance I get. There are times for standing in the cold, but this isn't one of them. I just want to go home, bolt the door, and never come out again. Of course, I will wait for Detective Montag to say it's okay first. And I'll still try to answer whatever questions you may have.
I can give you access to my info link. You should feel free to use it if you have to.
Thank you, neighbor. Talk to you about what happened.
How come she talks to him and not to me?
So, Daria was actually talking to you, huh? I could barely get 2 words out of her. What did she say? Did she see anything?
You mean your witness over there? She's not sure yet.
How can she not be sure? Either she saw something or she didn't.
She's scared. She thinks she might be in danger. I told her she'll be fine and that whoever did this would be caught. I'd like to believe that's true.
Sure, so would I. But as you can see, the victim was like you, augmented. That makes things a little more complicated, eh? Being a cop in this city, it's not always about doing the right thing, or about doing things the right way.
I was a cop for 12 years. I know all about getting bad orders. The difference between what you're told to do and what you know is right.
Tell me about it. So, how did you reconcile yourself with those kinds of orders?
I quit.
I'm 2 months away from the beach. I'm not quitting. But I respect your idealism.
It was a long time ago. I work for Interpol now.
Interpol, huh? Listen, off the record, I've been told to forego any unnecessary investigation. I want you to know, it's not my idea of how things should be done.
Who told you to forego the investigation?
Men who spend more time making policies than arrests. They want the victim's husband, Johnny Gunn, ex-PMC operative. Heavily augmented.
All right. So if you're not comfortable with this, if you know things aren't being handled the way they should, why not do something about it?
I thought I just did. Just because my hands are tied doesn't mean Interpol can't conduct a parallel investigation. Crime scene's right over there, and Johnny lives just a couple of blocks from here.
I never said I was gonna work your case for you.
Sure you did. Isn't that more or less the promise you made your little friend over there? She won't talk to a cop because she doesn't trust us. Smart girl. Look, my orders are to arrest the husband. You take a look around. Get to Johnny before my guys do. Who knows? Maybe we'll actually learn something.
I'll let you know what I find.
Careful of the evidence.
Interpol. Who do they think they are?
Years too late already.
Yeah, thought as much.
I think he found something.
Pretty obvious what happened here.
Are you a journalist?
No, but she was. And she had enemies.
I don't think he knows what he's talking about.
No, but... she was. And she had enemies.
I hear there's been a series of these.
Tabloids write that shit to sell copies.
Wish we could just
No,
shoot
this
Amy
was...
up.
It was just a matter of time before they got her.
Before who got her?
She's that journalist. The one writing all those things about... you know who.
You'll have to fill me in.
Radko Maximilian Perry? The local anti-AUG politician? That's Angela Gunn lying there. She's the one that's been writing about him. There was a threat of a scandal and everything. Coincidence?
Sounds like someone should go after this guy, ask him some questions.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Just, if you do that, please don't mention me. I don't want to end up like her.
What else can you tell me about Radko?
The guy's a sleazy piece of shit. That's all there is to it.
And you think he's capable of murder?
Absolutely.
Did you actually see anything?
I just got here, so I see what you see. A dead, augmented journalist.
Thanks.
Gruesome, isn't it? I can't look away.
You think I don't know what's going on here?
I'm not Montag. I don't need your help.
Away from crimes, sir. These assholes try anything.
She's just lying there. They should at least cover her up.
Away from the crimes, sir. giving you updates every few minutes.
Doesn't it feel like something is about to happen?
Wish we could just shoot any hog we see. Something is going to push them into attacking us.
It's your turn to buy the coffee.
They love to tear us apart.
I have some questions for you.
I will cooperate. You have promised to help, and so I will try to help as well.
How did the attack happen? What was the killer doing?
He was on top of her, cutting the evil out. That's what he called it. I mean, I think.
So you heard his voice?
Very clearly, yes. He sounded confident, authoritarian, like a general commanding troops.
What did he say exactly?
It is time to make you whole again.
Can you remember anything about what the killer looks like?
To be honest, I saw more of the shadow than the man. I remember he was very big. The shadow, it covered everything.
So you can't describe him?
Not the face, no. His clothes, he was wearing something very dark. Black, maybe blue.
Was he augmented?
He moved like an augmented man, but I can't say for sure.
What were you doing here?
I was looking for Starlight, my cat. There was lightning and suddenly this flash of certainty. That's when I knew something awful was happening.
Where were you exactly?
In the shadows. My head was down. I couldn't move. Oh God, stupid Daria. I shouldn't have gone out today. The energies were all wrong.
Is there anything else I should know about you?
You want to know about Daria? What is there to tell? Small town girl came to the big city to escape her problems, to try and become someone else.
Did it work?
Not really. You can't escape yourself. You can't just come to a big city and expect all your problems to seem smaller. It doesn't work that way.
Why is it you don't trust the police to take care of this case?
I have bad memories of the police.
What kind of memories?
Get calls I didn't want. Tickets I didn't deserve. The policemen here are worse than children. Former captains of high school sports teams who will never recapture their years of glory.
I was captain of the debate team in high school.
Yes, well, debate is different.
What's your take on Montag? You ever meet him before tonight?
I went to the station once, years ago, to complain about the ticket. Detective Montag is the one they send you to handle the paperwork.
How'd he do?
He did fine. The point is, he's a desk jockey. Look at him, he's lost out here. The cops who know how to catch killers, they're not the ones sent to investigate murdered ox.
I'm gonna do what I can to help the investigation.
Good luck.
If it wasn't for Johnny, I might have begged you for this.
I'm not Montag. I don't need your help.
Enjoying yourself, detective.
I want to help you with this case. To do that, I need a rundown of what you know already.
Help me, huh? You mean, like being my subordinate?
I mean like making sure we catch whoever's responsible.
Right. Well, I have a dead body, Angela Gunn. I have bureaucratic pressure to arrest the augmented husband, Johnny Gunn. I have a crime scene, and I have you.
Alright, I have some questions about the murder.
Before we go any further with this, I need you to know something about Johnny Gunn. He's not a good man. I may not like how my bosses are targeting him, but that doesn't mean he's innocent. So, you know, just make sure you're here for the right reasons.
Why else would I be here?
I don't want this to turn into some kind of crusade. Bad men do bad things. In a perfect world, we arrest them for the right reasons, but, well, the world's not always perfect.
How long have you been a cop?
Too long. And of all the ways to go out, eh?
What do you mean?
I mean being assigned a case like this. It's HQ's little joke before sending me off to retirement. Oh, but don't worry about me, eh? I'm a survivor. I can make it through this.
This case is a joke to you?
I didn't say that. I said it's a joke to HQ. They know I haven't left my desk in years. But that doesn't mean I'm not qualified. Just a little rusty.
You'll only arrest the victim's husband if the evidence tells you to, right? It's not enough that he's an AUG, and that your bosses want him to go down.
I'll hold my guys off for as long as I can. But unless you can prove someone else killed Angela, or at the very least that Johnny didn't, I don't have much choice. That's why I'm trusting you to talk to him. Give me your honest opinion on what happened here.
Yeah. Why are you trusting me exactly?
Because you gave me the impression of being qualified. Because I'm big enough to admit that maybe I can use the help, and between you and me, because the thought of confronting a man like Johnny Gunn scares the shit out of me.
People hold a hell of a grudge against AUGs, ever since the incident.
Yes, and?
Well, good thing the cops here are such professionals. Part of being a police officer is treating everyone the same, right? AUG or no AUG.
It's not that simple, and you know it. A police force isn't some abstract ideal of what justice and law should be. It's an instrument of those in power. A reflection of the society it protects.
I haven't been seeing a whole lot of protection out there.
Well, that depends who you ask.
I'm here because I don't like the idea of someone killing people right outside my window. Maybe he's out there right now, targeting that poor witness. Or maybe he's just looking for any chance to do it again.
Fair enough, Mr. Interpol.
Do you know if the victim had any enemies?
I know she and Johnny didn't get along. Other than that, I really couldn't tell you.
Tell me about the victim's husband, Johnny.
He used to work for a private military company, Bell Tower. He's been arrested for all sorts of things in the past. Now, don't get me wrong. I believe in evidence. But I also believe in playing the odds. 9 times out of 10, the husband did it.
Why are your superiors so eager to pin Johnny for murder? It's gotta be more than just not liking the guy.
Standard policy for guys like Johnny. The way they see it, you send a man like him into Golem City, and he's liable to go off the grid, end up with Ark or God knows who. He becomes 10 times more trouble than he's worth. But if they can charge him with something big, something like murder, well, suddenly he's no trouble at all.
Apparently the victim was mixed up in some kind of political scandal with a man named Radko Perry.
Hey, not the first time a politician and a journalist didn't get along.
So you don't think he's worth talking to?
Radko Perry? A murderer? Nah, I don't think so. Worst he can do to someone is get their car towed.
Good thing I don't have a car. Where can I find this guy?
Radko runs his campaign out of an old print shop not far from here. You want to brighten up his day? Be my guest. But that's all you'll be doing by telling him his rival is dead.
I spoke to Daria. She's able to confirm that the suspect is male. Other than that, she's all over the place. I think she's pretty shaken up.
Yeah, well, can't blame her. I would be too. You seem to have made a good impression, though. Ever since you got here, she seems different, calmer. You know, I met my first wife over a crime scene. Let me give you a very important piece of advice, eh? Never marry the ones you save.
Did the killer leave anything behind? Does anything strike you as odd?
I don't know. It's a murder, you know? Doesn't matter if you look at it sideways or upside down. It's never going to look normal.
I found a broken needle stuck in the victim's shoulder. The killer might have drugged Angela before killing her.
Maybe. But keep in mind, she was an Og. Don't you all have to shoot up that Nupal shit? Let's go for the obvious before jumping to any wild conclusions.
I'm assuming you know her augments were harvested. The marks on her body make it seem like the killer knew exactly what he was doing, knew exactly what he wanted.
The way you said that just now.
What about it?
The way you described the Og removal. And before, you mentioned a broken needle in the right shoulder?
That's right.
It reminds me, you know. There was this cop, Smolinski. He used to work in this neighborhood. He had this theory about a copycat. Someone acting just like a dead killer named, Svobotka.
You think there's a connection to another case?
I don't know yet. But I remember him mentioning something about needles and Og removal. Smolinski died in the police station bombing. Whatever files he had would have been moved into temp storage, across the street from the bombed-out station. Who knows? Maybe it's nothing.
I found a print on Angela's neck, next to the contusion marks. It's a partial, so I don't think we can match it to anything. But at least we know the killer left something, and that she was strangled.
Huh, a fingerprint. I must have missed that one. This is exactly the kind of evidence I'm talking about. No way Johnny could squirm his way out of something like that. If only we could link it to him.
Anything I should know about the scene? Anything jump out at you?
The dismembered body jumps out at me. Keep in mind, I've been behind a desk for the last 12 years. It all jumps out at me.
I found what looks like a grenade fragment. EMP by the looks of it. Killer might have used this to incapacitate her.
Interesting. Johnny wouldn't need an EMP to take down his wife. Riot police use EMPs to re-establish public order around here. With all the Og riots, anti-Og riots, it wouldn't surprise me if that's all it was. Still, interesting.
I found this piece of glass near the body. A pair of broken glasses, maybe?
I don't know what to tell you. We're in the back alley of a major city. There's bound to be broken glass.
I found this press ID on the victim.
Right, she was a journalist. Hence the scandal with Radko Perry. I still don't consider that proof of anything.
I have what I need for now. I should go.
That's fine by me.
Interpol.
I have some questions for you.
I will cooperate. You have promised to help, and so I will try to help as well.
I'm gonna do what I can to help the investigation.
Good luck.
You think I don't know what's going on here?
I'm not talking to you, so don't talk to me. I don't want to know you, pal.
You need to see Drachemir first. I don't handle...
want praxis, eh? Biocell, hypostim, painkillers.
I might be interested.
They sell these things.
Yeah, I got that.
Buy something. Stop wasting my time.
I'll be on my way.
As is the man. She'll set you up. Biocells, painkillers, right over there.
Man, I need a hit.
Well, that is interesting.
You think I don't know what's going on here?
What? Oh, I think I'm coming down with something, maybe pneumonia. She's just lying there. They should at least cover her up.
Someone turn up the...
Ours is the man. He'll set you up.
I'm telling you right now, I'm augmented. Please. I'm telling you right now, I'm augmented. I'm nearly homeless and I'm an addict. I don't think it's...
Práci za všech okolností.
No respect.